I'm somewhere new. I have a new home. This is my new home. This is la cocina. This is the kitchen. You're on my front camera, I apologize, but this is she. The whole house is open planned, which is quite fabulous, except for the mosquitoes. I've been bitten to shit, but pros and cons. So this is like the little kitchen setup. We've got our stove where I make my coffee, pantry thing, pots and pans and stuff, sink. We've then got a working fridge. Woo! Woo! A table and chairs, and then we have the garden out here, which I'll show you in a minute. But I'm gonna make a coffee. You should probably see me while I make my coffee. La la la. Oh, life can be fun here. Like, if you want it to be fun, it can be fun. Depends on your idea of fun, I suppose. For me, it's quite fun. So yeah, we're here. We've moved here because the fridge in the old Casa Azul was not working. So this is Casablanca, the White House, because it's presidential. Oh, I got so many bites though. I've got so many bites. We do have mosquito nets here because it is all open, but yeah, I've really been bitten. But I'm happy. I've got 2 weeks left today. Crazy. I want to put you like up here. Okay, so the reason we moved is because the fridge in the other house wasn't working. So we came here. I've got 2 weeks left today. So it seemed really silly to move so close to the end. But here we are. And I think for my mental health and physical health, because I'm pretty sure I was getting food poisoning from the food in the fridge that kept going off. I think this is good. I think this is good for me. It's like a little holiday at the... I'm going to stop picking my spots now. It's like a little holiday at the end because the view's really nice upstairs. The shower's huge. We have mosquito nets. I'm trying to look at it like it's a holiday. It's a luxury. The only con is that I'm being eaten alive. But that's okay. I'm just making a coffee on the stove because that's how you make coffee here. On the stove. There is actually a coffee thing. I just don't know how to use it. And when I was YouTubing it, it said like it makes really bitter coffee, and I don't like bitter coffee. But look, we've even got to-go cups if I want to take a coffee to the beach, which I will be doing. Anyway, hi. Yesterday I had my meeting with David, the owner of the hotel, and it went really well. Too well. Suspiciously well. David is not someone who often throws out lots of positive things. He's normally quite constructive. Constructive criticism is normally his vibe, but he was very, 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 very positive towards me and was like, "You've done amazing." He gave me a lot of praise to the extent that I was suspicious. Obviously, he wants me to come back, and it is beneficial for him if I come back. But it was really nice to speak with him. I haven't seen him in like over a month, so it was nice to have that communication, and I left feeling really happy. I kind of went into it thinking like, fuck it, like I don't care either way. Like if it goes badly, I don't care. If it goes well, I don't care. I was kind of using the meeting to see what I wanted, because I didn't really like there are days where I'm like, oh my god, I have to come back, this is the best experience ever, and there are days where I'm like, why the fuck would I want to come back here? So I was kind of waiting to see how the meeting went, to see how I feel about coming back, because the last 2 weeks have been really, really up and down. So yeah, I feel good after the meeting with him. Really good, actually, after the meeting with him. And then moving here, it seems like more positive vibes, way more positive vibes. And when I was walking back on the beach, I've been asking for signs recently, asking for just show me the signs, give me signs, show me your guidance, and signs and signs and signs. And as I was walking home after the meeting, there was a rainbow and it wasn't raining, and I was like, sign, it's a sign. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm having a good, today might be my day off, I don't know. But I've already done a bit of work this morning, so maybe not. Maybe, to be honest, at this point, I can take several days off. Like, there's not too much work to do. And I feel quite motivated today, so maybe I'll work today and just do something later in the day, or maybe I'll work this morning and do something later. Yeah. Let's do the coffee. La 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 la. La 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 la. And I did a poo this morning, which is really good. I already had one coffee. And let's have milk that's not going to poison me. Wow. Such a good fucking day. Such a good fucking day. In the meeting yesterday, David was like, because I was asking for what I was asking for, and he was like, are you flexible? And I was like, And what I've learned is I'm really flexible. I'm really, really flexible. And I adapt really quickly, really well. I'm very adaptable and I'm very flexible. To the extent where sometimes too much. And this is what I was saying to him. I was like, I am flexible, but I'm also setting boundaries. Like, don't ignore me. I just put a wet spoon in the sugar. I know, I hate me too. But here we are. It's really old sugar, I think. But yeah, I think that's a good way to be. And I think he seemed quite, I don't want to say impressed, but he was like, okay, I see you. I think I understand David. I think I've met people like David before. I kind of get his like humor, and I think a lot of people, David would upset a lot of people. He would really upset a lot of people. A lot of people would be like, or I think I understand David. And I think that's a little bit of a hack. Like, I'm not taking anything he says too seriously. And as much as like I'm listening to him, I'm listening to him, but I'm also going, okay, David, okay. And that's a bit crazy because I was doing that like immediately when I met him. And I remember Kerry used to be like, she would like warn me, and she would then like after a meeting she'd be like, oh, like he's always like this and he's always blah blah blah, and like it's not you. And I was like, it's fine. I completely get it. I'm not touched, not phased. He hasn't like upset me. Like for example, the photos of Casa Viva I took. When we got to Casa Viva, basically it's closed. Like everything's closed. It's off season, so there was no decor. It was very flat. There was no cushions. There was no flowers. There was no color. It was just like the bones of Casa. I picked my spots, and I was like, oh, this isn't great for the photos. Like they're gonna look so fucking boring. And all I had was a coffee cup and a book. So there's like loads of photos in different places with just this coffee cup and book. And David, I asked for feedback on the photos because no one responded. Like, no, I basically just do the things and like I'm not getting constant feedback, I'm kind of just doing the things. And I asked specifically for feedback with those because I was actually hoping they wouldn't like them, because I liked some of them, but I thought we could do better. I could do better because they were so flat and lifeless. And basically that's what David said. He was like, well, it looks like the coffee cup in the book had a good time. Like, I don't get why there's so many photos of this coffee cup in the book. Like, they're having a great holiday and like making little jokes. This was in an email thread that I wasn't part of. This was just them discussing the content when I asked for feedback, and then Kerry then sent it to me. And she warned me like, oh, like, you know, he likes to think he's really funny and blah, 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 and this and that. And so I brought it up in the meeting with him yesterday, and I was like, because I was like showing some of the work I had done, and I was like, Casaviva, like, I'm also not happy with the photos. Like, they were really lifeless, they were whatever. And I said, this is why I then got my own content, like, with me in them, because that's kind of all I could do, because it was just nothingness. And he was like, maybe he was just in a really fucking good mood yesterday. I think so. Suspicious. He was like, no, like, I thought it was great. Like, we could almost make it a thing, like the coffee cup in the book, and like how they spend their time at Casaviva, and the coffee cup's really like, oh my god, it's amazing, blah blah blah, and it's like high energy because the caffeine, and the book is all chill, and it's like, yeah man. And I was like, oh, like, okay, cool, we could do that. But yeah, he kind of doesn't really give straightforward. Sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't. I think he likes to talk in riddles and metaphors a lot. And I'm just like, okay. But I also always understand what he's saying. Don't know if he's crazy or if he's a genius. Maybe both. Maybe both. But regardless, I think this coffee cup is leaking. Is it or is it not? I can't tell, because I don't know why there'd be a pool of water underneath the coffee cup. I didn't spill any of it. Let's just leave it here and see if anything. Are we seeing drops? No. Where's it coming from? Crazy. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. It was a really good meeting. I feel energized from it. He was really, really nice to me. And I kept saying, if I come back, and he said, when you come back. Every time I said, if I come back, he said, when you come back. And I was like, sure. He also called me, I was basically like, you need to get a work phone. Like, there's me barking demands at him, barking demands at him, like, these are my conditions, get a work phone. But I explained to him, like, you're an idiot for not having a work phone and thinking that, like, interns can come along and just have the whole Play Aviva Instagram logged in on their own personal phone. Are you mad? Are you mad? Also, I was like, if people are coming and creating content for you, you want that in a place that you have access to it. And yeah, like, I'm uploading all my content onto a Google Drive, but they've had bad experiences in the past where people have, like, literally logged them out of their accounts and, like, deleted all the photos they've taken. Yeah. Yeah, people are crazy. It was probably warranted. My mummy is calling me. My mummy, that's disgusting. My mother, goodbye. It's not funny. It's not funny. So, I was filming the video, I was making my coffee, and then my mama called me. You can't make it up. Like, I was just showing her around the house and blah blah blah, and I was like, oh la 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 la, and she asked me how my meeting with David went, and I was like, yeah, crazy good, way better than expected. I don't know what I expected, but it was really, really good. Like, couldn't have been better, actually. Like, I feel like my energy is up, I feel positive, I feel good, I feel motivated, I feel excited to work, I feel excited to be here. Like, look at my view right now. Can you see? Wow. So I was just saying all this to Rosemary, and I was like, wow, 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 wow. And Rosemary has me on Instagram. I've got her unblocked now because before I had her blocked, but now I post more wholesome content. She's allowed to see. And she was like, and then you saw the rainbow? And I was like, yeah, like, I feel so good. And then when I had the meeting, and then after I did some exercise and I meditated, and I was just like, I said to her, I felt so happy. And then I was walking home, and then I saw the rainbow, and it wasn't raining, and I was like, wow. And then she looked at me, and she was like, and what do rainbows mean? Or what do rainbows symbolize? And I was like, money. And she was like, yeah. And I was like, and I thought she just meant like, because I'm gonna get paid to work at the hotel. And she was like, guess what came for you this morning in the post? And I was like, where are you going with this, Rosemary? She was like, you've got a letter from the tax people. And I was like, right. And they say, you're having a tax rebate. I was like, oh my God. She was like, £1,220. I was like, fuck off. I just started crying. I'm sorry. That is not a coincidence. That is not a coincidence. That is not a coincidence. I was like, is that right? Because, is that right? The tax man owes me £1,220. And I've been seeing 2-2s everywhere, like 222, 222, like 22, 222, 22, and I screenshot it yesterday because I was doing little videos on the way to the beach, and at the bottom all the times it was 22, 22 minutes, 22, like, and I screenshot and I thought that's funny, and I'm getting 1,022 pounds. From nowhere, thin air. You need to be open. You need to be open to receiving, and you need to not think, oh, it's coming from there, because I was meant to get money from somewhere else tomorrow, and it's not coming that way, but I got money from somewhere else. So you need to just be, you can't think, oh, I'm getting money from this place, this is how I'm gonna get the money. No, don't think like that. Just say you're open to receiving. And oh my God, like, it's just so funny to me that I literally posted the photo of the rainbow on my Instagram story, and I was like, if you're open to seeing signs, you will receive them. A rainbow, pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. And I woke up today with a letter saying the government are giving me £1,022. And do you know what? I don't know if I spoke about this in the video yesterday. I was talking about money and that's why I think I need to take the job, because I've like basically spent all the money that I will have. Now I just have an extra £1,000. Everything always works out for me perfectly, and I don't want to be a dick and be like you can have this too. You honestly can. It's a mindset. It's really a mindset. And like, obviously, like, there's lots of privileges involved. I'm very, 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 very aware of these privileges. But I just believe that everything always works out for me. And I look for it and I find it. You'll say it's a coincidence. I say it's not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence. I actually can't believe it. Like, I'm gonna have that money in my bank by the 10th of July. In a week. In a week I'm gonna have that money. Just before I leave here. So now... it's worked out so perfect. I'm the luckiest person in the world. I'm honestly the luckiest person in the world. You can't make it up. You can't make it up. You can't make it up. I'm so happy. 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 So what you take from this is you need to start meditating, you need to start doing breath work, you need to start believing, change your mindset, and your world changes completely. It's so easy, but it's so funny to me. If you are grateful, find things to be grateful for. No matter what state you're in, no matter what position you're in, find things to be grateful for, and the universe will give you more things to be grateful for. It's literally the rule of attraction. Like, that's how it works. If you find high vibrations, positive energy, just however you get there, just get there, and it will just keep coming until it's abundant. And for me, I think I got to abundance. I'm just gonna go cry now. It's the best day ever. Best day ever. I'm gonna go to the beach and thank the universe for everything it does for me and my ancestors. This is my place of work. I work here, and it's my day off. Kind of. I don't know. Do I even work anymore? I'm not sure. And because there are 2 guests at the hotel, it means I get coffee. 3 p.m. I shouldn't really be drinking coffee now. Also, I can like drink coffee with no milk here. It does have sugar in there. So do I really like coffee, or do I just like sweet things? Those are the questions. I'm literally just sat. There's no internet here, there's no Wi-Fi here. If I go to, basically there's like this bush. On the other side of the bush, there's like this situation closer to the hotel. The hotel is that way, the gym is that way. There's some massage things over there. But my point was, if I sat over there, they have Wi-Fi. But that's where the guests are sat, and I'm not sitting near the guests. Like, I shouldn't be sitting near the guests. I should be separate from the guests. Anyway, there's no Wi-Fi. There's nothing for me to do. I listened to one of my podcasts I got downloaded, and I'm just sat here smiling at the ocean. And do you know how, like, we should all be able to do that? We should all be able to just sit and not do anything. Granted, I'm now on my phone talking to you, but for the last hour and a half, I've been just sat like this, watching the waves. Just me and my thoughts and the ocean. Also, I don't know why, especially while I'm here, the universe to me is the ocean. Like, when I'm like asking for things, I'm asking the ocean. Like, I feel like when I walk to the beach, I'm just aware that someone's walking past. I'm talking to the ocean as if I just looked at the time and it was 2:22. Ridiculous, I know. That was one of the guests. What am I saying? We should all just be able to sit with ourselves and just do nothing. But we can't, and it's really sad. And I understand why we can't. I get we've been brought up to be like overstimulated, and we can't just sit with our thoughts. And some people really can't sit with their thoughts. And I'm really good at that. And this helps me as well. Also, like, the talking to you is talking to myself, and talking, it's understanding what I'm thinking and feeling. And I've kind of stopped journaling because I'm doing this so much. It feels harder to write it down for me. It feels easier to just say it. And you can be a bit more like, I can do this anywhere. I don't even need you. I can just do it. But you help. I don't know why, but you do. And like with the journal, you have to be somewhere where you can sit and write, and you have to have your journal with you, and like I don't want any excuses, so I just do this. And I also, like, one excuse was my vlogging camera broke, and then I was like, oh, I don't have a camera, blah blah blah. And then I was like, I'm just gonna use my phone. Because my new camera is like too bulky and big, and I'm not taking it everywhere. And these videos are for me. If they're bad quality, I don't give a heck. So yeah, I've just been sat here. Also, this is great nail length for me. This is great, and it's strong-ish. This is impressive. This actually chipped, the top chipped off, but I quite like that, actually. These ones, for me, are very hard to grow, and I don't know why. Anyway, I'm having the best day. I'm really having the best day. And do you know what's really funny? I've just watched back the first video, the first clip before Rosemary called me, and I was like, this is the best day. And I didn't know that I was about to get. Also, I kept saying it's 1022. It's not, it's 1220. 1220. And I was just saying to the ocean, to the universe, that it's not even the money that has made me so happy. It's the concept of anything can happen at any time and completely change everything. And when you're in a higher place, a higher vibration, you're more open to these things. Like, it's not, obviously the money is amazing, the money is fucking fabulous, more of that if you will, but it's not. It's the magic of it. And like, some people are just not gonna get it. Some people are just really gonna be like, you're a fucking idiot, like, and all woo woo and blah 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 blah. These are not my people. I have a lot of people of those in my life. A lot of those people in my life. And like, you've got different people for different things. Anyway, what was I saying? It's the magic of it. It's the magic of the fact that I was like, it's like so clear to me. So clear. I was like down and sad, and I was like in my pit, and I was like mopey, and then negative things kept happening, and I was like, woe is me, victim mentality. And then I started to pick myself back up, little by little, poco a poco, and the universe is going, good job. Reward. Yes, good job. Reward. It's literally that simple. Sorry, someone's walking on the beach. It's literally that simple. It is literally that simple. And it's just amazing. It's literally just amazing. And it's the magic of it. The money's great, but it's the magic of it being like, I'm just going over and over the same stuff. I'm just so grateful. But it's the magic of like, I picked myself back up. I went into this meeting positive, had an amazing meeting. And then I'm walking home and I'm like, this is amazing. I'm so happy. See the rainbow, and I'm like, wow, it's not even raining. A rainbow, wow. So this is a sign. And I said it was a fucking sign. I even put it on my Instagram story, like, if you're open to signs, you'll receive them. I was like, that is a sign. I could have just gone, that's a rainbow, and continued on with my life. But I didn't. I said, that's a fucking sign. And you know what? Maybe that made it a sign. And then what do rainbows bring? Money, bitch. What's at the end of the rainbow? Money. And it did look like the rainbow was coming from where, anyway. Then Rosemary called me, and her smug little face, she had planned it. She brought up the rainbow. She brought up, and you had the rainbow after your meeting. Yeah. What do rainbows symbolize, bitch? What do they bring? What do you find at the end of the rainbow, bitch? That's what she said to me, my mother. She's Christian. Christian, Catholic, I don't fucking know. But she was like, what do rainbows bring? And I said, money! Thinking she was going to give me money. The government. Government. Ah! The tax man's giving me some money, 'cause I pay too much. Yeah. And do you know how good that feels for it to come from there? And now I'm like, where's it gonna come from next? Surprise me. Surprise! Surprise me! Por favor, surprise me! Oh. So I was just talking about that, and then I was just having my coffee. And I put my face in the sun, and then I'm back in the shade because it is quite hot, and I think probably a little bit burned. You just can't. Yeah. Did some exercise. I made a smoothie this morning with my greens. And it's really nice for me to document these times and these days and these things, because when I start feeling bad and negative and like in a mindset, I can watch these and be like, bitch, you know how to get out of this. Just get out of it. Just do the things, get out of it in your own time, but also speed the fuck up and see what can happen. Be excited, be energized, see what can happen. I'm excited, I'm energized. I'm excited, I'm energized. I'm excited, I'm energized. I really am. I really am. And it's not the caffeine. It was before the caffeine. The caffeine's actually making my tummy feel a bit funny. Buen dia. Buen dia. Feliz Ellyse. Feliz Ellyse. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop now. Fucking love Mexico.